Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the north side as lord.agion, we have Megumin. Spawn on the south side as the Force Commander, we have Sesabo. Sesabo? Sesabo? I have no idea. I can view that and see multiple different pronunciations, but I never know how to actually properly pronounce any sort of name. And of course, caught some Howling Banshees out versus Tactical Marines, so that's pretty standard. Like we'll see another Scout Squad into versus another Guardian, though it's not uncommon for the Adari player to save up for a Ranger or for a Guardian squad. Who knows, maybe we'll see a second Howling Banshee. That would be crazy. Howling Banshees, they're good damage, but they're really glass cannons, that's for sure.
Support structure complete.
Guardian Squad is able to capture that requisition point here. The Force Commander will interrupt them. Force Commander will get inside the garrison to stop the Guardian Squad getting inside the garrison. Now the Guardian Squad are eyeing this other garrison. You never expect a second garrison now, do you?
Generator operational.
Thus, the Force Commander has received some fire. Of course, his health regen will probably recover most of that. Howling Banshees moving towards this captured power point. Tactical Marines are trying to run away from the Howling Banshees. Of course, they have to do a full retreat here because they can't engage Howling Banshees in melee. They can do reasonably well say something against heretics, but Howling Banshees, no. They're high damage, but glass cannons. We do got a Ranger Squad now deployed out in the field. And over here, the Force Commander is now making his way forward, getting some good, at least a good special attack there. Does not interrupt the capture. Doesn't get any model drops there, so the Guardian Squad may need to stay around the webway assembly to get some more healing. Rangers will be captured at that point. We do have 2 generators here. Over here, we have 0 generators. And we've got shotguns loaded up on the scouts now. No, good damage there. The Ranger Squad does get deployed there. Nice knockback there on the Howling Banshees. The Tactical Marine Squads need to start just engaging the Howling Banshees, and the Scout Squads do actually fall back there prematurely, probably. Second Ranger has them deployed on out. That's a bit unusual. To me, Rangers, they do provide some good long-range fire damage, but they don't. In my opinion, they're not really high damage. It's just they offer extreme range and suppression, other abilities like that. But they're also not exactly extremely high damage, at least versus like heroes and things of that sort. Force Commander does get some good hits there onto the Rangers. Guardians do lose out on the line sight of the Force Commander. Force Commander is doing a great job of forcing back all these forces, as the Warp Squad are engaging the Shotgun Squad at close range. Force Commander will be falling on back. And looks like this Ranger has been reinforced, is a bit wounded, likely to drop the model pretty easily. Howling Banshees are going behind the captured Central VP. We've got this VP being captured up as well. And that's soon to be a triple capture in favor of the Adari player. We do got some Assault Marines deployed on out. Looks like they have some sort of skin out to make their jetpacks really, really big, because those almost look like orc jump packs. Warp Spider Exarch does not find the Rangers just yet. Howling Banshees haven't upgraded the aspect of strength. The Rangers have, at least one of them have been upgraded Pathfinder gear. Both have been upgraded Pathfinder gear. Does get actually knocked back there on the Rangers, but never got reviewed there. The Howling Banshees do shout there, suppressing the Assault Squad. Got the Scout Squad pushing the way forward. May get a shotgun blast somewhere. Could perhaps get a shotgun blast or no, doesn't have the sergeant for the grenade to engage those Howling Banshees. Assault Squad. Oh, the Howling Banshees fully gets wiped there. Scout Squad will be falling him back. Rangers falling back as well. Losing that Howling Banshees is a bit of a loss. They are a powerful unit. They're a bit of glass candy, but they are relatively expensive as well. Force Spider Exarch getting some good damage there onto the Force Commander. And it looks like it's going to be ever so annoying with the teleports.
We stand upon newly gained ground.
Guardian Squad will be eyeing to get inside the garrison. And the Scout Squad will be falling on back. No upgrades on the Warp Spider Exarch. We usually see the heavy gauge Depth Spinner, but we haven't seen that just yet. On the Force Commander as well, we don't see any upgrades either. He may be stalling out for a quick tier 3 to a Force Terminator Force Commander, and not to get any sort of upgrade in the meantime. Rangers making their advance. One of them is not fully reinforced. You also have 3 generators here versus 3 generators here, so both sides max out their generators. But we do actually have an extra generator here for the Warp Spider Exarch, who's also too teching up at the moment. And maybe some stuff researched. Nope. We got actually we do have a fresh Howling Banshee squad. He has replaced it and getting an aspect of strength as well. Aspect of strength that also increases the health by 10%, which is actually pretty important for them. Of course, grants a war shot and speed of foot. Gives them more durability and speed. And it allows the Exarch to get an executioner weapon. The Scout Squad does have a Sergeant upgrade, does drop a model, however. And the Warp Spider Exarch is here engaging the flanks. Does teleport away after being engaged in melee. Getting some good damage down those scouts. And nice knockback there with the Assault Marines. No more scout models will be dropped. They're pretty wounded, so maybe one eye just full retreat relatively soon. Those are Frag Grenade, completely whiffs the location, but probably wouldn't get the wipe either way. Rangers are not being reinforced. It's a bit dangerous because that's one model left on that squad.
The Space Marines are taking one of our resource points.
Snipers getting some damage here onto the Force Commander. We do have a Wraith Lord being deployed on out. That would be a very effective heavy melee. We may see a Dreadnought in return, but looks like the Force Commander's eyeing to tech up to tier 3, I believe, based on its resource income. Or resources stored up. Howling Banshee have upgraded with the Executioner Blade, or at least the Exarch. And getting some good damage there onto the Tactical Marines. Scout Squad now receiving some fire here. That's actually a fresh Scout Squad, or a second Scout Squad, so you will have access to more suppression, or more grenades. Not grenades. I am completely scatterbrained. I need to drink more of the caffeine I have next to me. Just more regular fire hits. Probably meant for a capping poly repair squad as well. Nothing much, not really meant for combat. Warp Spider Exarch will be falling back. Got the Wraith Lord have been deployed. Not upgraded with a Bright Lance, nor a Shuriken Cannon, nor with Wraithbone. Tier 3 Strongholds being deployed, and now he legitimately may be going for the Terminator Force Commander, if not just straight up Terminators. Could be for Predators, but I doubt it's going to be for a Land Raider. But I just have a feeling he's going for Terminators. That's just a instinct I have, at least with Terminator Force Commander. No upgrades in the Warp Spider Exarch either, so I'm not sure what he's planning for. There's a lot of good upgrades on the Warp Spider Exarch, especially just increased range damage and range. That's just good, regardless of what weapon you really get the upgraded with. Good knockback there on top of the Rangers. They're hitting the 2-man squad, not the 1-man squad, so they missed out on a squad wipe there. Rangers Assault Squad does drop a model there. Over here, the Howling Banshees are falling on back. We may see a grenade on the retreat path, but no, we got a good Warp Spider Squad has been put out with red points and being upgraded with the Warp Spider Exarch now. The Force Command is making its way forward. May want to upgrade himself a Power Fist to engage that Wraith Lord. Good knockback there with the Warps against the Warp Spiders. And the Force Commander is making his withdrawal now. Or the Force Commander. Rangers still not have been reinforced, so they're expensive one-man squads. And they're not Vindicare Assassins with one members. Rocket Launcher has been put out by the Tactical Marine Squad. We got the Soul Squad being upgraded to Melted Bomb, jumps on in. No Melted Bombs just yet. Does get a nice kinetic pulse there by the Rangers. May get see another one with this guy here. Another grenade or rocket has been fired. And the Soul Squad is pulling them back. No Terminators just yet. No deployment of any sort just yet either. Scouts are falling back as well. He's really having struggling not getting more heavy assets at the moment. The rocket launcher is okay, but not great. He does lose a shotgun scout squad, so he must keep the other scout squad alive if he wants to pull out any sort of vehicle asset.
Our foe wish a more personal acquaintance with us.
Tier 3 being researched by the Warp Spider. Now we do have a Predator being deployed now, so it's going straight for a Predator. Force Commander is falling back as well. Tactical Marines do miss with the rocket there. Not like the rocket would be good against the current composition. Submarines are engaging the Warp Spiders. They do get shouted by the Howling Banshees. And the Rocket Squad does get inside of the garrison. Warp Spiders, however, are ranged units to gauge the garrison no problem. Or reasonably no problem. Warp Spider Exarch is quite severely wounded, as he mentioned himself. No Force Commander Terminator still. I genuinely believe he was going for a Force Commander Terminator, but I guess not. Predator has been pulled on out, which should be very effective. It still have to keep its range from the Wraith Lord, but we may see a Bright Lance on the Wraith Lord at this point in time. No Bright Lance on the Wraith Lord just yet. We got a Fire Prism being deployed on out. Ranger Squad will likely go down. Yes, it does go down there. Multiple shots there onto the Wraith Lord. We do see a Melted Bomb there on the Wraith Lord as well, so that's Wraith Lord's going to be as good as dead. Haywire Grenade does connect there by the Warp Spider Exarch, or Warp Spider Squad. The cannon is currently not rotating around. Salt Marines are getting a bit overwhelmed as well. The Predator has seen quite a bit of fire. Been upgraded with the Las Cannon. Best cancel the Fire Prism at that point. Cancel the Fire Prism and get out some Seer Council. Because that is a Predator solely meant to take on other vehicles. Force Commander may go down. No Bright Lance or Wraith Bone on the Wraith Lord. And like the next shot there, we'll take out the Wraith Lord. Yes, the Wraith Lord does in fact go down. Fire Prism has been boarded out. He needs to maintain some maximum range and use armor piercing rounds against the Predator.
We trust in your guidance.
Strategic location spotted.
More generators have been deployed here, so both sides going for heavy amounts of power. Fire Prism does connect with this Scout Squad, which is the only source of repairs in the most. So you got to keep that guy. We'll get him back and repair up that Predator as soon as possible. Of course, he does have a missile launcher there on the Tactical Marine Squad, which can be very effective versus the Fire Prism. We've also got some Vanguard veterans deployed on out. We barely use this one jet engine in the back. I swear, those assault squads look like they're taking lessons from the orcs. No upgrade on the Warp Spider Exarch just yet either. Force Commander has been upgraded with the Teleport Pack. Now being upgraded the Power Fist, an anti-vehicle weapon, trying to really lock down that Fire Prism. Howling Banshees are seeing quite a bit of fire there from the Vanguard veteran. Down to the last bit of health. He's going to go for the wipe. And does get the full wipe there on the Howling Banshees. Another squad wipe there. Vanguard veterans are making their advance now. Second fire prism's being deployed now. You best keep in that range and just sort of skirmish around. And the las cannon finds direct hit there. He has not been upgraded. He has not upgraded the shield, so no extra health for that. Haywire Grenade does connect. It locks or turret rotation. And there goes a fire prism when he really should not have pushed on in. So that fire prism also went down as well. So there's one fire prism deployed on the field, and that's it for the armor assets. The Force Command is pretty close to powered for Terminators or for another Predator tank. I really don't know what would be the best option at this point. Terminators are probably a bit more my preference, but I can see another Predator to engage the fire prism. Scout squads are capturing the VP, so is the Warspider X-Rart. The Warspider X-Rart has been upgraded with Power Blades to the anti-vehicle melee weapon.
The point is ours.
And Tactical Marines are just going to be eyeing to try and tie up the Warspider X-Rart in melee. And there goes that power point. Direct hit there by the fire prism, high explosive rounds. Predator being deployed now, so is Seer Council. The tickets are in favor of the Eldari player by a small amount. Does get the stun there. And the Force Commander is getting some multiple hits there, lots of hits. Even rearm hit there, one more hit and that will be down. The Force Commander just 1v1'd a fire prism. Holy crap. Power Fist, very, very good at disabling vehicles, and that's just loud. And the Fire Prism is relatively light vehicle as well. I was not expecting the Force Commander to be able to get the kill right then and there, but he did. The Seer Council coming out, Predator, best not go for the last cannon at this point in time. Now maybe it's a good time to get the Force Commander upgraded to a Terminator suit of armor, but looks like he may not go for it at this point in time. We will see a Haywire Grenade there. He's trying to tie it, hit that Predator with melee hits there. The Warspider needs to start hitting that Predator with melee weapons because it is an anti-vehicle melee. Getting some good damage there onto the Warspider. He will be falling back now. And the Tactical Marines getting some great melee hits in as well, but they could not get any additional. Warspider X-Shark or Warspider Squad is getting some good damage there onto these forces. Seer Council is in the mix of it, engaging the Vanguard veterans. And the Vanguard veterans will be falling back away from the Seer Council. Force Commander does force back the Seer Council as well.
An Exarch emerges from the Warp Spider Shrine.
Looks like he has also to pull out some more Warp Spiders to support his Warp Spider. Not sure what's being called in right there. Assault Terminators. They're armed with anti-vehicle melees, the hammer and the shield. They are a very heavy melee unit, which should be very effective versus the Seer Council. Though I'm not so sure who actually wins a 1v1 fight. I would assume Assault Terminators, but really? I don't know. They don't have energy, so they have a cooldown for their teleport. And there goes the Predator. I didn't realize that Warspider X-Shark managed to finish him off like that. Both sides devolving down to a lot of infantry, so maybe a good idea to get what's it called? Regular Terminators and upgrade the Heavy Flamer. Or Assault Cannon, both would be good. And the Guardian Squad gets thrown away there. The War Spider Exarch is down. The Ranger Squad is still barely alive. And there goes the Ranger Squad. The Adari players losing a lot of forces at this time. Those Terminators have been upgraded with Lightning Claws, which of course are AoE melee weapon. They should be very effective versus these light units as well. But Warp Spiders, they're mostly meant for the Seer Council. They will have trouble versus the Warp Spiders because they can teleport away a bit more often than, say, the Terminators can teleport towards them. The Vanguard veterans are getting tied up in melee from the Seer Council, but the Vanguard veterans are just going to be eyeing to fall back entirely.
Strategic location spotted. Space Marines engage us.
Seer Council may get the wipe there onto the Force Commander. Very close, but no cigar. Submarines do jump on forward, complete whiff. And the Seer Council does find the base MGs. They're both going to be tied to each other. Gets a great knockback there onto the Seer Council. The Force Commander does teleport in, trying to help support the Vanguard veterans, and the Seer Council are falling them back. Force Commander went from level 8, or level 2 to level 8 very quickly. Scout Squad are making the withdrawal now. The Scout Squad is going to be very important for going around capturing points. They don't need to upgrade, they just need to go around and hit the flanks.
Enemy Space Marines are claiming a victory objective.
The Force Commander is still pretty far from being healed. Does teleport away. And Warp Spider X are still alive. And that is the Eldritch Storm. But the Eldritch Storm is more of an anti-light. Like all those nukes, they're better against light units. They did nothing to those Terminators other than just stall them. We do got a Predator now being deployed now. There's no anti-vehicle weapons currently deployed other than the Warp Spider himself. Warp Spider Exarch.
Exarch emerges from the Warp Spider Shrine.
We trust in your guidance.
Oh, did get a special attack there off, knocking back the Seer Council. It's gotten very quiet. Both sides are down a lot of forces. The Predator tank should be able to help secure the central part of the map. Just plant it next to it and let it just fire. Though you still have to be worried about the haywire grenades. It does teleport away there. Now the Terminators can teleport themselves. Though the amount of energy that those Warp Spiders have is quite significant. Scout Squads does get a nice shotgun blast there. Terminators do teleport in, try to type these forces in melee. The Scout Squad can likely get ripped apart. And they will get ripped apart. Scout Squad does go down, so there's no repairs left for the Force Commander. Warp Spiders are falling back. One of them severely wounded. Gets a direct hit there. Down to it hits the Exarch. Good hits there. Turn to capture is in favor of the Space Marines, but they have a lot to recover or to catch up with. Maybe a good idea to upgrade the Tactical Marines up to Storm Guard veterans at this moment in time.
Spider Shrine. Do not falter. For victory is within reach. We are losing.
This VP is not being captured up by the Force Commander. It will get quickly decaptured.
The keys to victory are ours.
Does help. What type of grenade is that? It is a anti-grav grenade, which makes sense. It looks like anti-gravity. And which is just, it's basically a long 7-second stun. Or not necessarily 7 second, but a long time stun, which can be very useful. Force Commander does get a nice special attack there before retreating, knocking back some Seer Council, but the Force Commander does get knocked out. Predator and Assault Marines, Assault Terminators making their way forward. Assault Terminators will get some good damage there as they teleport forward at the wrong angle. Predator tank could just perhaps just stay near that point, start picking away the Seer Council. Teleports again. The Terminators are still pretty far away from their own teleport because they just used it. And also the Assault Marines are out of energy. Of course, we've got the Tactical Marines here. We're going to try to tie them up in melee. And does teleport over here as well, making some great use of those teleport abilities. But this Warp Spider does fall back away from the Tactical Marines. Warp Spider Exarch is trying to decapture the rest of the VP. Assault Marines going to try to help tie them up. Lift Grenade does miss these forces. Good knockback there onto the Warp Spider Exarch. The Warp Spider Exarch does go down.
I have hazarded. You have 100 points remaining. It is time to add to our war panoply.
Guide our hands.
Seer Council going to try to tie up the Force Commander of Melee. Melee does get a nice knockback there, but it looks like he... There we go. Now he's knocked away from the VP, so the VP is being reverted. Does get a nice special attack there. The Force Commander is severely wounded. Does hop inside the garrison. Does have a plasma pistol, but goes down to the AoE damage. And the Warp Spiders, one needs to get out of there. It's not a good spot for the Warp Spiders. There's only looks like 3 windows there. Predator tank, however, is getting some good damage there onto the structure itself, and the Seer Council is trying to fall back with 2 last models. Over here, the Archtarch is trying to capture up the VP. He should pass an upgrade of fusion gun. The Warp Spider is falling him back. Getting some great damage there onto the Exarch or Archtarch. Down the last 9 HP, down 10 HP health. Vanguard's veterans are going to at least decapture that point. All points are decaptured. The Space Marine player only has 22 tickets remaining. Both sides have a ridiculous amount of power, so won't be able to utilize that all too well.
Space Marines engage.
The foe seeks to deprive us of a vital resource points.
Terminators are going to try and engage the Seer Council. Archtarch is also in the mix, trying to jump around, trying to get to this VP, trying to stall at the capture. Seer Council is down to the last 3 models. He's pushed them forward before they're fully reinforced, trying to get the VPs. The Eldari player just needs to capture these points for a short amount of time. The Archtarch could perhaps stay around a bit of extra time around the Predator tank. Multiple direct hits there, and the Archtarch will go down before capture the point. Goes down to the Force Commander, in fact. So the VP is trying to be decaptured by the Warp Spiders, but not enough really firepower to engage the Assault Marines nor the Assault Terminators. And there goes that Warp Spider squad. Immediately being recaptured, the Space Marine players are running below and low in tickets, and does recapture that point entirely. Haywire Grenade does connect. Terminators going to be eyeing to capture that last VP. It sounds like the Eldari player has back to the game. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and have a good night.